Hello and welcome to the show. Today we are talking all about restaurants, how to open one with that good food you serve, and more importantly, how to keep it open. My first guest knows a little something about that. He is a successful entrepreneur and the founder of Black Restaurant Week. Since 2020, he's been on a mission to help marginalized culinary businesses realize their full potential through his Feed the Soul Foundation. Please welcome to the show, Mr. Warren Luckett.
Hello.
Thanks
so much for having me.
Yes, indeed. It's great to have you. This is such a great concept, this idea of helping restaurant owners. I mean, it can be a struggle for everybody, right? But we do know Black and brown folks have a harder time with access to funds, to resources, and that was what your mission is, right?
Yeah, absolutely. When we started Black Restaurant Week in 2016, our goal was just to create a platform for the heart and soul of our community. We've always looked at restaurateurs and restaurant owners as really just that heart and soul that provides just meeting places for the community. They nourish the community, and most importantly, they feed the community. And so we want to provide a platform that gave them some resources to help create sustainability, as well as create awareness for these businesses.
Right.
And so Black Restaurant Week travels around the country. For 2 weeks at a time. We highlight businesses in a local market. During that time, these businesses provide a menu special that entices the community to come out and try. And we really like to judge ourselves on two things. Are we able to drive traffic to your business? And did you see a bump in revenue? And if we can answer yes to both of those questions, then we've done our job.
And how much is this? This is a part of saying, listen, it's one thing to be able to serve great food. It's another thing to be able to understand the business behind being a restaurateur.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. So many of these restaurateurs are amazing creatives. They've done such a phenomenal job of bringing their passion to life through their food. But like you said, owning a restaurant is a small business. And so that's our goal, is to provide them with those resources for success, whether it's providing them marketing support so they can create that visibility that they need, or even just providing some other financial tools that allow them to have those things that they need for success.
In 2020, we know, was a big test for every type of restaurant, the high-end successful ones and the small mom and pop shops that just serve great food but don't have the same kind of liquid assets. What happened in 2020 for you that made you guys say, we need to even retool a little bit more?
Yeah, so in 2020, we had been doing Black Restaurant Week for about 4 years and had really grown nationwide to be that marketing arm for these small businesses. But we understood that was not enough. Some of the feedback that we would get from these businesses is say, we really appreciate the support that you give us during the campaign, but we need you all throughout the year. We need more than just a week. And so that's been our big push and our big mantra, is being more than just a week to these businesses. And so we're able to establish our foundation, Feed the Soul Foundation. We provide business grants to restaurateurs all over the country. We provide mentorships as well as internships for Black and brown students at HBCUs and HSIs, as well as providing emergency relief grants for these small-owned businesses. If there's been a natural disaster, if there's been a break-in, if there's been a fire, we want to provide just some basic stipends that allow them to pay their insurance deductible as they deal with these challenging times.
And keep the doors open somehow. The biggest mistake or a common
paying attention to your business, you're not giving yourself the recipe for success. And so I think that's probably the largest oversight is not being able to pull yourself out of your business and giving yourself that bird's eye view to say, I need to address my HR, or I need to find an accountant to help me to help clean up my books a bit. Really being able to take yourself out.
I feel like a lot of times I hear, at least when we were covering, how many restaurants closed during the pandemics, particularly, in every city, but in Atlanta, it was just painful to see these businesses closing. Aside from just trying to recover from what that pandemic did, is it the finances? Is it the taxes? It seems like it always comes down to money.
It oftentimes does come down to money. Each business has its own unique set of circumstances. Something else that we've been hearing has just been the turnover of employees. As we all know, during the pandemic, a lot of folks left work, and particularly with some of these different employment opportunities, we haven't seen the return in volume that Customer service is paramount, right? When you're not there as a restaurant owner, your staff is your representation. They're the first, essentially your first representation for any customers that come into your business. And so you want to set that precedent, you want to set a standard within your business that allows them to replicate what you do. You want them to be able to provide the same level of excellence and service to your business when you're not there as when you are there.
Is there a common denominator that you see for the most successful businesses? You talk about what people sometimes get wrong. The consistent thing that you see with the folks you're like, and can you see it in the beginning? Like, oh, they're going to be all right.
You can. It's the attention to detail. It's making sure that you've dotted all your I's and crossed all your T's. You know, a lot of times small business owners may be afforded opportunities to learn about what they should do, but it's whether or not they're taking that information and actually applying it to the business. You have to be intentional with your time and your resources, and you have to always be auditing yourself. You have to be going through and making sure that your business is operating in a very efficient manner in today's landscape.
And there's part of it too, understanding what you can't do well and hiring somebody. So you're not supposed to do your own taxes at this point in your life.
Hello. No,
you cannot be your own accountant.
You have to get to a point where you can start taking yourself out of the business and delegating some of the responsibility to experts in some of these other fields. You'll notice that things start to happen a lot faster and become easier once you put proper procedures in place. Something else that we impart on business owners is something that we've seen as a commonality of successful business owners are those that have implemented processes and procedures. If you can come in and create a good operating manual for your business,
there's some
right?
directions.
There's
for
directions.
What to do when
you know
things
what
go
to do. You know, and it may sound silly, but you want it to be from you turn the lock on your door to when you lock the door back. You want to have
people
steps.
to know what's supposed to happen and when. Perfect.
Exactly.
Good information. I see why they're doing well listening to you. All right. I like it. Okay, up next, you're going to meet Poreyah. She runs a successful food truck, but now she's looking to take her vegan cuisine to the next level. Can Warren help her go from a food truck to a restaurant? We're going to find out when we return. Stay with us.